Tourists love testing boundaries, but when they mess with the King's Guard, things get serious fast. These elite soldiers aren't just for show, they're trained to protect, and they won't hesitate to put disrespectful visitors in their place. From aggressive shouts to dramatic takedowns, these guards mean business. So, what happens when clueless tourists cross the line? You're about to see shocking moments where people learn the hard way. The King's Guard doesn't play games. Stay tuned, this is going to be intense. You know, trying to get a laugh near the Royal Guards is never a good idea. Watch as this tourist tries to be funny near the guards. Big mistake. These guards are notorious for their stoic expressions, and they are not in the mood for jokes. The tourist thinks they're being clever, but the guards, they're just dead serious. And look at that. When you're up close to them, they break character in the most brutal way possible. No mercy, no hesitation. They've seen it all before, and they're not going to let anyone mess with the royal discipline. You gotta love the intensity though. These guards aren't here to entertain. They're here to guard, and that's a job they take very seriously. Keep your jokes to yourself, people. Wow, talk about crossing the line. This lady really thought she could get away with causing a scene with the royal guard. I mean, not only did she get into a scuffle, but she slapped him? Slapped the guard? Are you kidding me? And get this, when the officer shows up to arrest her, she actually claims the guard injured her hands. I mean, the audacity. Look at her face. She's trying to play the victim when she clearly started all of it. The royal guards are known for their calm, composed nature, but I can only imagine how hard it must have been to keep your cool when someone's actually physically provoking you. Is this okay? Absolutely not. The guard did his duty, unshaken, unfazed, and honestly, good luck claiming injuries when you're the one who started the chaos.
Away! Oi, did you see a goal?
Did you see that? Is that alright with you lot? Yeah?
Okay, this one's a real eye-opener. We've got a royal guard, calm as ever, riding his horse, when bam, out of nowhere, the horse makes a sudden move, and that nearby girl gets hit with a surprise she'll never forget. Talk about a wake-up call. The guard, completely unfazed as usual, just carries on like nothing happened. You can't help but laugh at the girl's reaction. She's in total shock. But hey, this is a part of the Royal Guard experience. You're not just dealing with the guard, you're also dealing with a powerful, unpredictable horse. Applause for that quick recovery though. She may have gotten a surprise, but she sure didn't see that one coming. Ouch. This is definitely a harsh lesson in respecting personal space. While this girl is snapping photos, the horse, probably not too thrilled with the attention, suddenly stomps right on her foot. Yikes. You can hear the scream from here. And it's bad. And honestly, who can blame her? When you're in close proximity to a massive horse like that, you've got to remember they're not just props in a photo. This isn't a cute moment for the gram, it's real life. And these horses have minds of their own. She definitely learned the hard way. Respect the space, respect the guards, or face the consequences. Definitely not the kind of memory you want to take home from a royal visit. Okay, this is a tough one. This tourist was just trying to snap a selfie, minding her own business, when out of nowhere, the horse takes a nip at her. And boom, she ends up injured. I mean, selfie culture is at an all-time high, but sometimes people forget there are real consequences to getting too close to these royal animals. The horse is probably just trying to assert some personal space, but that nip? Definitely not a pleasant surprise. This is a clear reminder. Always be aware of your surroundings when you're near something that could react unexpectedly. A photo is not worth the risk of getting hurt, especially when you're dealing with a horse that doesn't care about your Instagram feed. Here's a classic example of a tourist pushing their luck. This guy thinks it's funny to block the royal guard's path, but as you can see, the guard is not having it. At first, they laugh it off, thinking the guard will just let it slide, but when he cranks up the volume and gets serious, well, that's when the crowd finally realizes this isn't a joke anymore. The guard's focus is unbreakable, and you better believe he's not going to be stopped by anyone. He makes his way through the crowd with authority, and those tourists, they quickly learn that messing with the guard is never a good idea. The lesson here, respect the guard's space, because they've got a job to do, and they're not afraid to let you know when you're in their way. This one's a classic case of too much affection in the wrong place. This couple gets a little too cozy right in front of the royal guard, thinking they're in their own little world. But the guard? He's not having any of it. With one stern out, he quickly reminds them that PDA is definitely not on the royal agenda. These guards are all about duty, and when you're in their presence, it's all business, no exceptions. That stern command isn't just a reminder, it's a warning. No matter how romantic the moment, the guard's job is to keep things proper and disciplined. So yeah, no time for cuddling on the royal grounds. It's all about respect. Just ask this couple who got a little too comfortable. Uh-oh, these tourists really pushed their limits. They were bugging the guard non-stop, probably thinking they could get away with anything. But then, boom. The guard snaps and lets out a shout that will have them remembering this moment for the rest of their lives. The crowd is stunned, and you can feel the tension in the air. This is exactly why you don't mess with a royal guard. They may stay calm and stoic for most of the time, but when they've had enough, you're going to know it. That shout? It's a wake-up call that they'll never forget. A perfect reminder to show respect for these guards and never push them too far. Wow, talk about testing someone's patience. This disrespectful tourist just wouldn't stop pestering the guard who's clearly just trying to do his job. You can see the tension building up, and honestly, it's no surprise the guard finally loses his cool. At one point, it almost looks like they're about to start wrestling. Can you imagine? But before it gets to that point, thankfully, another officer steps in to break it up. The crowd's chanting, "Fight, fight, fight." But seriously, it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. This whole situation is a perfect example of why you should never push a guard too far. They're trained for this, but even they have their limits. A little respect goes a long way.
You ain't gonna do nothing at all. What are you gonna do?
Here's a situation where a tourist really crossed the line. This guy tried to get way too friendly with a female guard, thinking he could just charm his way through, but she wasn't having any of it. With one powerful shout, she made it clear that boundaries are not to be crossed. And let me tell you, that was a moment of pure authority. The crowd's reaction says it all. They weren't expecting such a strong response, but honestly, she handled it like a pro. She made sure the tourist backed off and knew that no one gets to disrespect the guard's space. It's a good reminder. Respect the guard and don't try to get too friendly. These guards mean business. These tourists learn the hard way that duty comes before selfies. Which reaction surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more crazy moments.